CPS, you ain't no savior, more like a fraud in a folder.
Hiding behind Title IV.
Snatching kids like it's over. Federal dollars flowing. Incentives got you bolder. No more kings, no more crowns. Time to expose the folder.
Listen up, CPS, grab your policies, babies crying in the system. Title IV checks coming, got you acting like a villain. Ranting on your reports, fabricating narratives. Random feds knocking on doors, but the real crime is how you abandon. You take kids for profit, federal funding got you stacking tall. Termination petitions, parental rights about to fall. False allegations, no due process, just your word against mine. Title IV money train rolling, destroying families line by line. You say best interest of the child, but the stats tell a different tale. Kids lost in the system, trauma piled on without fail. Kinship care denied, strangers get the Title IV pay, while real parents fight in court just to see another day.
No kings, no crowns, no CPS overlords. Title IV funding got the system pulling strings for rewards. We ain't stopping till the corruption gets exposed.
Parental rights restored, watch the whole machine implode.
No kings, no more. Time to fight back hard. CPS Title IV scams leaving families scarred. Truth hits harder than your fabricated reports. We keep fighting till the system falls apart.
Yo, caseworkers playing God with your federal incentives clear. Title IV dollars for every kid that disappears. Reunification rates dropping while your bonuses appear. Families torn apart while you claim the moral high ground. Here investigations biased, evidence twisted like a noose. Court hearings rigged, judges trusting you without no proof. You target the poor, the disabled, single moms in despair. Title IV funding pipeline keeps the nightmare in the air. You say protect the children, but the data shows the opposite. Higher rates of abuse inside the system you profit from. Ironic, foster parents failing kids bouncing home to home, while real parents get silenced, left fighting all alone.
This ain't protection, this is a business with federal grants.
Title IV money
Funding every chance.
no oversight, real, no accountability in sight. Parents united now, we taking back our rights.
No kings, no crowns, no more CPS control. Title IV pipeline drying up, watch the system fold. We ain't stopping, no more silent suffering.
Parental rights forever, hear the people thundering.
Kings, no kings. No kings.
We won't stand for corruption. We won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen. This is a powerful trio, set out to spread the Constitution. This is a powerful trio, set out to stop the evil CPS.
We won't stand for corruption, and we won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen.
Oh, that was a good one. You missed it, Tiff.
I'm sorry. Somebody was texting me.
Oh, you
Hey,
missed it.
everybody. No,
I don't know where Dana
hey,
went.
he said he'll be back.
Oh, he'll be back. Well,
Yeah, he said he'll be
Dana will
right
be
back.
back. Well, that's good. At least Dana's coming back. So, what's going on today? What have you heard? What is news? Oh, there we go. There he is. There he is. Dana is here.
Hey yo, I'm here. Technology was against me.
Yep.
There's an angry citizen.
There he
His
is.
voice is getting loud. He's been shaking up the people, and he's gonna
Move our
shake the
pictures.
ground. He says, "Wake up."
What do you mean, more pictures? You couldn't see us?
You were playing the song, but all you can see is us. Oh my God.
Oh, Dana's right here. I see him. Dana, what's going on in the Angry Citizen movement, brother?
Dude, I'm about to light this shit up.
You are.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna hold them all accountable. All of them. So we got letters, we got petitions, and everyone in America is gonna get behind me on these things. Our elected servants are criminals. Okay? And we're gonna call them out, we're gonna prove them wrong, we're gonna hold them accountable for their actions. It's gonna be awesome.
That's good. Because you know what?
Yeah.
They seem to be pushing back a little bit, don't they?
Oh yeah, well the devil always fights hardest when cornered.
Mm-hmm. So we got them in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
They seem to be coming at us, like we saw that last week when we saw that the CPS workers are trying to say that they don't need warrants to come in with. We got Virginia coming out saying that you can only have so many guns or so many bullets for a gun or guns and this, that, and this. They're pushing in all these directions. So we got to push back harder.
Oh yeah, much harder, and all gun laws are unconstitutional. Right? We all know this. We know it. It's been proven. It's been shown by the Supreme Court to be a fact. So they don't get to come at me and tell me how many bullets I'm allowed to have in my goddamn gun.
Mm-hmm. That's
They
crazy.
don't. No.
But why is it that they're being allowed to do this?
Because we the people are complacent and we let it happen, and a lot of people think it's good. A lot of people think it's good, and they're accomplishing something, and they're making the world a better place.
Well, maybe this is what they're going to need, right? Maybe we do need to have a civil war or an outbreak happen, and then these people that do have the guns are going to be able to protect those that don't, and they're going to be like, wow, this is why we have these freaking rules, because otherwise I'd be dead right now if I didn't have this neighbor that had 27 guns.
I'm never in favor of let's take up arms and shoot people. Like every
I'm
time
not saying that that's it, but I'm
someone-
just saying maybe people should see and realize what happened.
Who are you going to shoot? Who
bad
are you
people.
going to shoot?
You got to shoot the bad folks.
Who is the bad folks? Like
Any person that comes and tries to infringe on your rights, right?
But we don't shoot them. We use lawful means to prove them wrong and hold them accountable.
And when that doesn't work,
It doesn't work every time, dude, right now.
right.
But
So-
don't shoot them.
Hence we have the Second Amendment.
No, the Second Amendment is so that the government can never simply openly declare that they're in charge and we're going to do what they say, and we better shut the fuck up and do what we're told.
Well, I think we're at that point, aren't we?
No, we're not. No.
How
we
much
have
more
lawful means
oppression do we
available
need
to
to have before we're at that point?
We have lawful means available to us that we the people do not pursue and do not exploit. Affidavits, petitions.
They're eating
petitions for
babies.
redress of grievances, petitions for impeachment. If our elected servants do not do their damn jobs, we fucking impeach them, dude.
They're eating babies. How do you talk about
lawful and legal remedies when people are eating babies?
Because you're proposing some sort of giant war, which is
I'm not proposing this. I'm just, all I was stating was maybe people need to see what the reasoning that people do arm themselves to the hills with is for. Because
Yeah,
when
well-
the day does come that you need to be secured in your home, or you don't have any weapons, and your neighbor comes and tells you, here you go, here's a rifle and a pistol, and here's some ammunition to protect yourselves, the people that are bitching and moaning and crying about the gun laws now will say, wow, I was wrong. I should have been able, like, I'm glad that this guy had these guns so I could protect my home with this.
You're right.
Because people right now, why are they complaining and whining about gun laws? Why?
Because
we already know that the only people that have guns are the only people that will have guns if we make gun laws are going to be the criminals, period.
Correct. Or criminals or outlaws.
Right. So the law-abiding citizen will no longer have a weapon to be able to arm themselves,
unless
and that's wonderful.
Criminal. Yes. But keep in mind, the Second Amendment means what it says. And you and I are not criminals if we arm ourselves. And literally, the Supreme Court has determined that every gun law is unfucking constitutional, Darren.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So,
but in Virginia now, you can only have 15 rounds, right?
Marbury versus Madison.
Mm-hmm.
The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and all laws that are repugnant to it are null and fucking void.
Mm-hmm.
So all gun laws are unconstitutional.
But if we have this amount of ammo in our car, or any of this stuff now with these gun laws in Virginia that they're changing or whatever, now I've got to go sit in jail while I wait for my constitutional right to go to trial.
We've always had that, dude. At every turn, there are people, totalitarians, and the wealthy overlords and their agents are willing to punish you for defying their will. And it doesn't matter how much in the right you are. Mm-hmm. You will be punished, and you will be held accountable for defying their rules, laws, edicts, even if they're unconstitutional. But they're unconstitutional. They cannot lawfully come against you for possessing a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. That's the naked truth.
Well, it's not only the Second Amendment of the federal Constitution, it's also the Second Amendment in our own Virginia Constitution. So they're violating both.
And ours in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Truth. Here it is.
So then we all sit here and we talk about how powerful the Constitution is, but yet we can't even stand behind it without the tyranny and them arresting us for something.
Yeah, because we're divided, aren't we? Right? They assign labels to us, and they tell us you can't trust those people. These people, you're the left wing, right wing, upper middle class, lower metabolism, Democrat, Republican, gay, straight, alliance, black, white, whatever they can use to come against us. But we are all constitutional Americans. And it doesn't matter what my religion is. It doesn't matter what my skin color is. I'm obviously white, very white, right?
Very white.
Does it matter if you're a black man? Do you say, well, I won't support this because you're white, right? I'm not a Christian, but I've had many Christians come against me and say, well, I can't work with you because you're not a Christian. Well, really? Like, would it kill you to ally yourself with me on the fact that although I'm not a Christian, we still agree that we are constitutional Americans? Because your rights are mine and mine are yours, as I've said many times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just have a problem with the fact that they can do this to us.
Well, here's the thing. They don't care. We had a Republican, I don't know what he was. He said they're going to pass this because they know that it's your money, right? because it's going to go to the Virginia Supreme Court and eventually to the United States Supreme Court. They don't care. They're using your money to fund these court hearings. So they don't care.
Right. And then I guess then we have the power of the election, which is starting to look more and more like a tainted script nowadays. You know, when you're starting to learn about central casting and all of these things that are going on, these conspiracies that are supposed conspiracies and all this. I mean, at what length is it going to go before people start to realize that we need to go back to the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and we need to live by this. Never mind all this bullshit that they've put in between us. Right? Like that's where it comes in between. Is all the bullshit that all these arrogant tyrants that are sitting in the Congress right now just decide to propose as laws, and because the Constitution states that they're allowed to do that, they do it.
Yep.
And then we get stuck with statutes and codes.
Yep.
So here we are.
Yep.
So until that gets grounded, so then until that gets fixed, then we're just going to be stuck here in this little box of rules and laws and things that we got to go by, and not living like God's will is and all of that.
Yep.
Well, ain't that a bitch?
Where's Becca? She's supposed to be monitoring the comments.
It is.
Oh shit, I didn't even see the comments.
We fix it.
They're not even up.
Oh, there
We
we
got
I'm
go.
one.
monitoring the comments. I just blocked that guy.
Okay,
Oh, we
thank
missed it.
you.
That's why I'm like, what? Well, I already did it.
Calm down, Darren.
Oh, you figured out how to get it out of here? Oh wait, no, here we go. What the fuck are you guys doing? Please tell me. Oh yes.
Okay, so well, when I just did it on, so here's what's stupid, because when I just did it, when I hit it in the chat and I hit it to add to restream block list, it took it off of our end, but not his end, but not the public comment end.
These people just, you know what cracks me up about this is that they waste their time to make comments. They can turn the channel.
Right?
They can change the channel. So there's no need for that. But anyway, I like Jeffrey's comment right there. Constitution is heavy metal.
Right.
Bang.
Like, I will tell you this: when we were supposed to vote on the redistricting shit here, the day I was going to vote, I heard that no matter what side won, it was going to the Virginia Supreme Court. So I said, why would I waste my energy and time to go vote? Because it's not going to matter which way I vote. Somebody's not going to be happy, and the Virginia Supreme Court is going to make that ultimate decision. So I didn't vote. I would have voted no anyway. But the Virginia Supreme Court was very clear. The Virginia Constitution says every 10 years, you're only 6 years in, you have to wait 4 years.
Mm-hmm. God. That's just, they just make these rules so that they can come in and then just do whatever they want. Try to get themselves into seats for longer, try to do all of this stuff. I think the original rules weren't even that, right? The original rules were just one term, or actually they had no term limits at first, right? And then they added them to it, I believe.
Well, our governor can only run one time. She has to go out. If she wants to run again, she has to wait 4 years. We don't have a consecutive governor for 8 years in Virginia. You get one term at a time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we do, unfortunately.
Yeah, as well as we do. And then they can run again after they step out. Because we have Paul LePage here doing that here in Maine. Coming back for another round. Isn't that right, Dana? He's talking, but we can't hear him. Why?
How do you know he's talking? Oh, wait.
He might be on the phone.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
There he is.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I'm multitasking.
I can never hear Dana.
Be right with you.
No, what's going on in the CPS world? What do we got going on there? Anything good?
Well, I just learned of another bill today that goes into effect July 1st. And I'll try to explain it better than I did to you, Darren. So, if you all know what fictive kin is a non-blood relative that had a relationship or has a relationship with the child.
Mm-hmm.
So, apparently, in Virginia, foster parents were going in these courtrooms saying, "Oh no, I'm fictive kin. I have a relationship with this child," and they don't want to give the child back. Well, now, starting July 1st, foster parents are no longer considered fictive kin. Fictive kin in the state of Virginia means you had a relationship with this child or children before they went into care. So foster parents have lost their fictive kin, I'm going to say protection. I don't know what y'all want to call it. I call it thievery. Right, because so what? You have a bond with this child now, right? The child probably should have never been removed anyway,
Right.
but now somebody who actually had a relationship with this child that is not a blood relative is considered fictive kin, and foster parents will no longer be considered fictive kin. That's going to help a lot here in Virginia.
Because fictive kin take precedence over foster parents, correct?
Kin and fictive kin does, yes.
So no longer can
Family
foster
first.
be a fictive kin.
No, July 1st, foster parents can no longer claim that they are now fictive kin.
Well, that's good news then.
That is good news.
Is that a lot of what's happening out there? Is that these foster parents are claiming fictive kin status?
Well, apparently, I wasn't in that work group. I found out about it today in my work group. So apparently it must have been something going on because it got changed and it was signed into law on April 26th, I believe, or signed by the governor April 26th. It goes into law July 1st, this July 1st.
Yeah, because it's already been, it's supposedly been that way. It even says before Public Children's Services Agency can become involved.
Well, we're talking about Virginia. We're the last to do anything over here.
Oh, yeah, you guys are still Commonwealth.
And I found out, I said, why are we not a court of record? So this is what happened. We used to be a court of record. Then everybody decided 20 years ago that it wasn't working. So they got rid of it.
It wasn't working?
It wasn't working. I don't know. This is what I was told. Or we've never been, and they tried to put it on and everybody denied it. Something to that effect. But here's the upside to us not being a court of record. And I asked if we should put a bill on the table to become court of record, and she said no. And I'm going to tell you why. And this is what she said. Because we are in a unique situation here. If it is not a court of record and it goes to circuit court, like it says, we have a chance here to do a whole different trial outside of dependency cases and family
I told
court.
you that, silly Billy.
Well, yeah, I know you did, but this is just went with part of, because I asked why we were not a court of record. So, which led into July 1st, cell phones in Virginia are allowed in the courthouse. If you are in Virginia, July 1st, go to your court's website and pull up the policy on it. And you will know if you'll be allowed to record your case, which you should be able to. Anyway, I'm so sorry.
I mean, I guess there's both sides to the story, right? Being a court of record is I mean, what sense is it to build your record then? You know, like there's a lot of things when you go to court, you do it to build the record so that you have history in what you're talking about and what you're doing. If you're not a court of record, then what you put in those courts don't really matter from time to time. Every day, every time you go to court, it's like a new trial, I guess.
That's what it's supposed to be, regardless.
So what's the sense of building a record then, right?
Well, the good thing, this is what she said about the cell phones. Now, because we will have it here, Cairo, on a recording, it will help more parents in circuit court in Virginia, because we will actually have a recording. Because half the time in Virginia, you can't find a court reporter, or even if you can afford to get one, they don't show up.
Why don't they just audio record it? That's what our state does. Our state, literally, the magistrate, judge, whoever's doing the case, literally just hits a record button and audio records it.
We don't audio record here. We video record here. I've talked to the sheriff about it. They might start doing that now, because even their body cams were not allowed to be on in the courtrooms. So we're going to see what happens. But I am in touch with the sheriff that runs the courthouse, and we will be having a conversation about it soon.
Mommy. I love this.
So this one says, my grandsons were placed with fictive kin, and we did not know these people, and they didn't know us. Even Cherokee Nation said they were fictive kin, which is a lie, so they violated the ESN. So there you go. There's another case of fictive kin being used, apparently.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
It says on here that it says, but like Tiff was saying, it says that they have to have, like, it says Virginia law is broader than like my state, Ohio, in one important respect, but the answer is still generally no. The foster parents had no relationship with the children before entering foster care. Virginia defines fictive kin as persons who are not related to a child by blood or adoption, but have an established relationship with the child or his family. Virginia also treats fictive kin as relatives for purposes of kinship foster care. Can foster parents be claimed as fictive kin? It depends on when and how the relationship began. Foster parents first met the child through foster care, then no. And then it says it includes godparents, close family members, longtime neighbors, coaches, And then the foster parents knew the child before removal, then yes.
So what is there? Is there a lineup for like who can get the kids if the parents are terminated? Is that the deal with the fictive kin thing, or is it a finance thing?
It's a finance thing.
Hello, Erica. So you get more money if you're a fictive kin, or less money?
No.
No, you don't get more money if you're a fictive kin, but you would get, because with kinship, you don't get as much money because you're essentially, because you're family.
Well, not just that. I don't get shit because you have to sign a contract with the state, even though you're kin or fictive kin, to become a kinship foster placement. I'm not a fucking foster home.
Yeah, no doubt. You're their grandmother. That's a total different thing.
Mm-hmm.
It says a Virginia Assembly has considered legislation clarifying that fictive kin must have had an established relationship with the child or the child's family before the child entered foster care, reinforcing that what many practitioners already understood the statute to mean. That's actually a recent development. Like you were saying, But see, and that's the thing, is that it was already that way, but I guess they just had to clarify it for.
Yeah, they did. And listen to this. So, I'm waiting on my closure letter. So, a couple people in Virginia saying that they won't, their CPS, I don't know where in Virginia, that their CPS people are telling them that they don't get a closure letter, right? So now these parents are reading the statute that says they shall, within 45 to 60 days, do a closure letter and a founded, unfounded, unsubstantiated, whatever. These fools are telling them that's not what the statute says. Shall does not mean I have to. I said, who the fuck are these people? They're not lawyers. Who's
Shall
telling them this?
Mean that.
I know. Are you kidding me?
Well, it's like the clerks not knowing their own terminology here in Ohio. They don't even know the statute. They, I'm like, what? Or their own terminology. Like, well, I don't. What do you mean? How can you not know
Well,
that?
I did say this today. I said CPS doesn't follow their own policy, the law, rules, regulations, policies, or ordinance. So what? Why would the judges? I said our judges need to be retrained. Our judges need to know that they're the ones in control in the courtroom, not CPS. And if these judges can't get it together, they need not be judges, even though they can't practice law. They should still be reading about the laws in dependency and welfare cases.
And essentially, they should still stop being able to communicate and have all their all these cases predetermined, pretty much, essentially, before these parents even hit the room. They're not being impartial at all.
You know, I wonder if a whole bunch of parents get together, right?
Yeah.
And what do you call it? The MOU?
The MOU, yeah, memorandum of understanding.
Yeah. Start asking for these contracts that they've all signed. I wonder how many breaks that would. The whole emergency, the whole courtroom would stop.
Yeah, because they don't like it when you know. Because I have actually informed them that I know, and I've actually informed the police department that I am aware that they have one of these agreements, and they tend to back down a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I know what you got. So I got the paper right here. I'll show it to you. I know what you agreed to. What your boss, whether you know that you agreed to it or not, your boss agreed for you, and this is how you're being trained. That it's okay, and it's not okay. So I wouldn't suggest making a report to CPS." And he was like, "Well, I was like, yeah, I know your contract. I know what you do." I was like, "So don't play that." And he was like, "Have a good night, ma'am."
I heard Donald Trump say that somebody was signing a MOU with something. And as soon as I heard MOU, I said, "Oh, there's Becca."
Yep.
There's Becca.
Yep. They use them all the time, and it's ridiculous. And nobody even puts two and two together. Nobody even thinks about that. And I'm like, you think that, like, they've always said, you always get these people labeled conspiracy theorists because they say, oh, they all work together. Yeah, they do. And I have the document that can prove it. And they all just are like, what?
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, yeah, they were dumb enough to put it on paper.
I hope you put that in your book.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's all coming out. I mean, it literally, when I was just, it's not going to be, it says that I should probably do it in volumes because there's so much information that literally is like, yeah.
So do it that way.
I'm going to have to, because it was like, do one on like family court, and then like the stipulations, the agreements. Like, if I had to start from the beginning, it's going to look like a Black's Law Dictionary book. Yeah. That's how much information. Like, thousands
Well, do it. Then do it in volumes, man. Do it in a volume set. Darren, why are you so quiet?
Oh, I'm looking something up.
He can't multitask.
Not when I'm thinking, no.
No, I don't.
Most men are only one-tracked. My husband tells me that all the time. And then you look at a woman's brain, and we look like crossing railroad fucking lines.
What are you looking up, Darren?
I'll show you in a minute when I find it.
And Erica, before we get off, we'll make sure that you know the name of the book and when it's going to drop.
I'm looking up this stuff from the Trump lady. What the hell's her name? The first lady.
Melania.
Yeah, I'm looking up her stuff in this act. It's something I heard.
She's not. I've seen some of the stuff she's doing. She's more along the line. There, Robert Kennedy essentially is more along the lines of making more foster care, like making more foster homes for foster care kids. Like, that's not the problem. The problem is these kids are in care in the first place. They're when they're not supposed to be. Like, they're looking at the wrong objective. They have the wrong objective.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They just want to place them there, just like, oh, more homes, more. You know what more homes makes? More foster kids.
That's right. They got to fill those shoes. They got to fill them up, just like the jails.
Yep.
That's all use it or lose it budgets. All use it or lose it budget. So they're not going to keep those foster care homes. They're not going to keep the foster homes empty.
Nope.
So they're absolutely.
I went down that rabbit hole the other day of the money and the following the money is, oh my gosh. The money is crazy. I mean, how much like I went to like my state's website. I got the administrative costs and how much they spend per child, like, is crazy. And literally I think it was in my state. I think it was because it gave me the list of all the actual places. Like, I found this document that was like the list of all the places and how much money they get per day, per facility, per foster child. And that's private placement, or that's private facility. That's that's the public facilities. That's the foster homes. That's all of these things that are listed. This list is like, it looks like it's an Excel sheet essentially. And there's just boxes after boxes.
Hey Danielle, I hope everything's all right with you. I haven't heard from you in a while.
I don't think any of us have heard from Danielle.
I talked to her.
Well, she's on here.
Yeah, she's doing what she can do. Alex is still missing.
Or they live in Vantage, they're about to be. Yeah.
So, I wonder how those people went today too. Remember, wasn't there a TPR hearing today? Someone asked for prayers.
I think so. Danielle, RFK is not getting involved in your case. Don't you work for that man?
That's funny, Tiff. You think?
Yeah, why don't you come in for a minute? Help? Why don't you come in for a minute, D, if you want? Give everybody an update. Let's see what she says. Everybody probably wants to hear an update from you, see what's going on.
Danielle, come on, because what is their objection? What is there to object to?
What is she saying?
How to answer their objection. She said okay.
All right, cool. She's coming in. Good. That's good. Dee's coming in. Man, she's a machine, that woman. God, and I hope they realize that they just made this her life work.
Right. I don't think that they realize the strength of a mother of just, you know what I mean? Like, people underestimate people. And I think that is so funny because you know what? A mother would literally be the first person to fight for her children if she is a true mother. Let me rephrase that because I've known some women that are like, oh well, just have more babies. No, you just gonna replace them? Like, no, that's not how that works.
Not everybody is cut out to be a parent.
No, definitely not. And I'm not saying that, sometimes there isn't, because my mom was adopted. Her mom didn't think it was, her birth mother didn't think it was the best, thing for her to have them, blah, 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 blah. And so she gave her up for adoption. I wouldn't trade my grandparents. I wouldn't have traded them for anything in the world. I had the best grandparents. They were involved in my life. My grandma was a school teacher. So, I mean, they were involved in my life and they essentially it wasn't for the money. like it is now. That was insensitive. What was insensitive? Catherine kiss Castle.
Come on, D. Man, I can't believe. See, I'm still having a problem with determining what this difference in fictive kin and all this is. I'm not understanding what the difference, why this is an issue.
What do you mean? What are you trying to
Why
figure out?
why is it? Why do they need to change it? What happens to the? Why do they need to make this?
They're not
This-
changing it. They just essentially clarified it.
But why? What do you get from it, or what do you not get from it? There's a reason. There's a reason
Well,
that they're doing it.
Because there will be less adoptions here.
How so? Like it makes a difference
Because they can't claim that they're fictive kin anymore, because they have to know the child before they went into the system, not after they got into the system. Therefore, they cannot claim fictive kin status, which means family first.
So, like the gym teacher over like a grandma or something like that is what you're saying.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, it's no, you can't. No, they can't. No.
What I'm saying is they can no longer walk in there. Okay, let's say you and Mary came here because you know them, right?
Yeah.
And something happened and they wanted to put them in foster care. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you didn't come yet. So they're in foster care. And I finally get in touch with you guys. You come down here and you say, we are fictive kin. Well, the foster parent before July 1st can say, well, we're fictive kin too. The difference is you have more standing because you knew the kids before they went to foster care.
Yeah. You had a relationship with them before they ever entered adoption or foster care or anything.
Yes.
Yeah. And whoever said, I think that's, who is that that's at the top commenting? Jen Bryson, I think it is. There's no place for value judgments when a parent is up against a cannibal. Well, actually there is, because if you get educated, you essentially can and you can if you know their inner workings and you know how they're doing this, you 100% can defend yourself, because
but you can never never account for corruption. Don't forget that. You can never ever account for corruption.
No, correct.
Because you're educated doesn't mean that you're going to be able to win against these people for what they're doing to you, because there's no accounting for corruption.
Oh, the cabal. A cabal, she said. I forgot. I thought I said cannibal. I wasn't reading.
And we're not saying that all parents are bad. I'm telling you, 37 years of doing this, some people should not be allowed to have kids.
Correct.
I'm just saying.
And I said, if they're a mother, yes. And Lewis said, if you don't go through pregnancy and not want your kid, well, some women do, and they want to give their kid up for adoption, because not that they don't want their child per se, but they know that it's better off in a place that has a stable home and has the financial means to take care of the child. Not that they don't personally want the child, because every mother obviously at one point wants their child, but if they're a mother, there is a line between being a mother and being a mom. Okay. Same thing as a dad. There's a total different distinction between being a father and being a dad. If you're there, you show up, you're present, you take care of your kids, you financially raise them, you help them, you can be a parent, but if you're not there, you don't get to claim that title. That's not how that works. You don't get to not be there and be non-existent and be the fun parent per se, and then the one who's always there constantly is always a bad guy. That's not how that works. Sorry to burst anybody's bubble, but that's not how that works.
I'll give you credit for that, because that's the truth, right? Like, I'm here 24/7 pulling my hair out. Okay. My kids are grown. But because they're not cute and cuddly anymore, it's done and over with.
Yeah. And the only person that pays for it, I mean, is the kids, realistically. And here you are. But I mean, you don't get to, I wouldn't call myself a mother if I didn't have my kids. I didn't, I would be, their mom, whatever, I can't call myself, I wouldn't be able to call myself a parent. I wasn't actually contributing to taking them.
Wait a minute. Does that mean if you got your kids stolen by CPS, you can't be a parent anymore?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, you just said if you weren't there and present, then you wouldn't be a parent.
By your own choice, Darren. Let me clarify. By your own choice.
Well, I'm just saying, clarify. That's right.
By your own choice.
I would take offense to that.
By your own choice, no, definitely not. I mean, if it was involuntary and there's nothing you could have done differently, no, you're still a parent, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They are fucking crime scenes. They sure are.
Mm-hmm.
They need to go ahead and yellow tape those doors.
And discover the work it takes.
Yeah, no longer to make them things.
I mean, then they discover the work it takes and no longer wants. And generally, if we're going to be in this society, that's more on fathers, because they, mothers essentially, we just have that nature. That's just our nature. We nurture, we do all of those things. We would go in the line of sight of a bullet for our child. But
I think any person would do that. I think that's just the nature of any person that's a decent human being would take a bullet for a child, right?
Okay, yeah, well, any decent human being, which how many of those is there accounted for anymore?
Well, I'd say 4 out of 7.
4 7.
I think that would be that number, right around there.
4 out of 7?
Less than 50. Well, more than 50%, but not by much.
Well, I will tell y'all this. When my kids started having kids, this is what I told them. I said, I love y'all. I really do. But I love them more. So if you hurt them, I'm going to kill you. It's just as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I told them.
Yep, you came for me. I'll take you out. I brought you in this world. I'll take you out.
My kids were like, you're so ignorant, but we know you'll do it. Yeah. Yeah, I will.
I mean, essentially, they're babies. They don't, they didn't have a choice in this world. They were put here not by their choice. It's like they say you can't choose your parents. Nope, you can't. So you live with what you got. And if you don't, and they come and they steal them from you, then I couldn't even imagine being in foster care now. Even these days, back in the day when it was for the purposes for people like my grandparents who couldn't have children, so they did it. They didn't do it because they were getting a monthly check. They did it because they could not have children. They never had children of their own, ever, because my grandmother couldn't have kids. So they adopted my uncle and my mom. My mom was 6 weeks old when she was adopted. She knew no other parent. So, I mean, but it was never treated like they were adopted. They were always family. But being in the foster care system now, I couldn't even imagine, I have heard the horror stories of literally people locking these kids in basements, and they have their own freezer. The parents have their own freezer full of steaks, and these kids are literally eating, crackers for dinner, and they're over here enjoying, filet mignon while these kids are eating, crackers. Hello, what is going on?
People like that are very heartless, right? Who could do that to an innocent child, right? or not even a child, even a dog or a cat. Now, we're not talking about rodents that invade your house. Okay, we kill those. Okay, we just get rid of those.
We just put decon out.
Yeah, we put decon out for those, but we're talking
Hey,
about a living thing. Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle. We can't hear you. No, we cannot hear you.
No hear you. Dee. No hear Dee.
Now she's muted. No, we cannot hear you still. I can read your lips, but I won't repeat what you just said.
Hold on, let's see.
Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. No. Yeah, I think that's it.
Can you hear me now? No?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, yeah.
I don't know what's up with my shit here lately. My internet's all messed up and everything else. No, they're can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
So they're not okay, so they responded to my filings. And first off, they filed it on June 7th. They didn't put it in the mail to me till June 20th. So then they forgot their evidence, their exhibits. So I had to go fight for those. And they're like, the things that they are objecting and are without sufficient knowledge is they can't confirm or deny if he was moved in February from the approved placement that's on the guardianship order. And knowing damn well, but see, the thing is this is supposed to be, I was supposed to have a status report within 24 hours. And this is DFCS, let's see, the DFCS, and then it's the DHS, Division of Aging Services, and the special, what is it? The special attorney assistant, or like the attorney general, whatever, the SAG they call down here. She's representing all of them, which I don't understand that. I still don't have the guardian status report from the guardianship office, but this is from the Department of Family and Children Services that supposedly have my son until he's 21. Well, for one, I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out, and they can't confirm or deny. They did confirm that he is missing. They can't confirm or deny where he was, like if he wasn't in Dalton County where he was supposed to be, because the guardianship order says that. The guardian never did a 60-day status report or anything, and still didn't even do it when I did my emergency filings, and still hasn't. So why, to me, and the biggest thing is they took off his lifeline. My son had a lifeline on that me and my family put on him for his whole life, and they took it off, which was Project Lifesaver. And that is how they automatically fail to protect my child. Straight up. Because they took a lifeline we had on him in place. And I guess they thought that they want to sit here and say that this is, that them removing the guardian is the best in the best interest of my son. Bullshit. Where is he? Provide the body. Produce the body. Where is he? They can't. But you're gonna tell me that so and also get this, the county that we're from originally, where the case is in Cherokee, they just found out that my son was missing. Like what? I found out I was blacklisted on communications because my internet or something here in my house was blacklisted to anything on the East Coast. I would not get no Amber Alerts, no Maddie's calls, nothing.
How did they do that?
I don't know. I'm looking into that too, because that's something that I just found out recently. Because Georgia State Patrol told us that they did not get no notification or anything back in April about my son being missing.
Danielle, I sent that to them.
Yeah. Well, that was, I'm talking about like, yeah, you did. Yeah, they got that part, but they didn't get it when he went missing. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. They did get y'all's calls about and everything, and that's when they started looking into it. But it is confirmed that no, none of these local, like in the area, law enforcement got any notification of my son missing. Now there's even more kids missing in that area. There's a 15. So autism So I'm gonna start pushing for this Project Lifesaver thing for any autistic kid that enters the system, because there's too many kids that are just vanishing off the earth, period, that are autistic. I'm sorry, it's pissing me off, you know. But let's see what else they. I sent you the objection, Darren, on Facebook. I don't know if you got it. I mean, on Messenger. But they said they are without sufficient knowledge to admit or deny the allegation that the ward had not resided at the placement since February 2026. Excuse me. My son wasn't at the approved placement was in Paulding County. He was missing at a decab. They went under oath in March saying my son was at that approved placement. There's no guardianship. There's no piece of paper that says my son was in decab. So where can they not? How can they confirm or deny that? It's automatic. Like it's obviously proof.
Right.
And I mean,
said that he was there.
Right. And I got witnesses that say the same thing. But my thing is them saying that they can't confirm or deny this. What makes them any special when this is a person's life they're messing with? What makes them think they are okay to be immune or whatever to anything, just get a slap on the wrist and wish them the best of luck? When they have certain protocols and things they're supposed to abide by, what makes them special?
They're supposed to be protecting him. That's why he was removed, to protect, because they said you guys couldn't protect him, so that they had.
It gets better. They're going by. They're trying to say that the ongoing dependency issues. What ongoing dependency issues from 2011? There was no. Excuse me. There was no case.
They can't use that back then. They have to use here and now.
Yes, and they're using stuff from, but the thing is, they're using things that they even crossed out on the paper themselves. Like, I cannot. There's 5 things I'm fixing to hit them with, and it's gonna shut them down because they don't even got their shit straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is so. This objection is so hilarious that they don't even know what they're saying. Like. The placement, a judge even signed off on an order giving y'all guardianship to approve the placement he was at. Y'all got letters of guardianship on March 25th, and that's when you take the oath, and it states that he was at that Paulding County address. Why was we getting a call in February with the gentleman freaking out because my son wasn't at school because somebody had removed him? But nobody told me or my aunt, nothing. How can you deny that? And then guess what? All communication was cut off between me and my child by February 26th. So hello. And then I'm getting told that my son's missing. Like, what the? Something ain't right. Something. And
so, Danielle, have you talked to RFK about this?
I have, but I mean, it's like, I'm not getting no responses or nothing because I really ain't been, I haven't been interacting with them as much because I've been focused on my kid, you know?
No, I get it.
But I mean, they're sending now. I'm kind of upset with the administration of children, the ACF, the administration of children and families. Some of the things that they got going on, you know, that I don't agree with. But I mean, they're just really. I lost hope in that, trying to get help from them, you know, because they to me they got bigger and better things. But really, these are our children, and I mean, there's children missing every day, you know. But for some reason, I got a call, which is weird because they were saying it came from DC, but the Georgia Parent Advisory Council that's affiliated with DFCS, okay, it's called me and said that they wanted to talk to me about my application to be part of the council. Excuse me? Like, what? What? Who? I mean, are y'all just trying to kiss my ass because my son's missing or what? Man, you're trying to make buddy, ain't you? It's not going to work. Like, all of a sudden now they want to be these people want to be friends and shit. No. I mean, where were they at when my kid got put in foster care? When he comes from a loving family, well, you know, we do love him, just not the ones that are behind the TV screen that want to boo-hoo. It's bullcrap because that's who started all this in the first place, is the one that was on the news the other day. She started it.
Yeah, and I sent those emails on May 7th.
Yeah.
The sheriff's department and all them places.
I don't know if y'all seen the news on Fox 5 the other day, but they released it at midnight. I'm sorry, I'm sweating, y'all, because boy, it's hot. I gotta turn my fan on. Oof, this summer's kicking my ass. But no, my aunt was on the news in the area that he's missing from, and they finally said that my son ran away from a group home in Lithonia, Georgia. Finally.
Ran away?
So you weren't even looking in the right place?
So supposedly we're in the right place, but supposedly they knew the whole time where he ran away from. So, which was supposedly, I mean, I still don't even know if that's right. And the other objections that they said was, let's see, that he was they admit that yes, he eloped and was reported missing on April 14th. They said that they are without sufficient knowledge to admit or deny the allegations concerning the timing of which I was told, and the caseworker that told me. I said I got it recorded. I got the video.
Yeah, you want me to play that video from the other day?
Which one?
Your aunt pleading for him.
Yeah, go ahead and play that. Yeah, well, I'll turn my fan on. I'm gonna mute.
A family needs help to bring a missing loved one home. 20-year-old Albert Waugh, who goes by the name Alex, disappeared more than 2 months ago now. He's been diagnosed with autism and ADHD. Fox 5's Christopher King talked to Alex, and he's live at DeKalb County's East Police Precinct tonight. Christopher.
Russ, DeKalb police are looking for Alex Waugh. He's been missing for 9 weeks. His aunt says he has extremely limited verbal skills. Tonight, she is desperate for answers.
It's very emotional time.
For more than 2 months, Catherine Agnew has been searching for her nephew.
Not knowing where he's at, or if he's okay, if he's not okay, if he's, being fed and taken care of. Just not knowing is enough to drive you crazy.
Albert Waugh, who goes by his middle name, Alex, disappeared on April 14th. DeKalb County police say the 20-year-old man walked away from a group home on the 1700 block of South Stone Mountain Road in Lithonia.
Alex is autistic and ADHD, and he has limited verbal skills. He'll do his best to answer your questions, but he doesn't really volunteer information.
His aunt says Alex was last seen near this strip mall around the corner on Wellborn Road. His family and police have been looking for him ever since then. Investigators even put out a Maddie's call.
He had no money, no ID, no form of anything to identify who he is.
Catherine has no idea where Alex could be.
I worry about him being out there in the weather and whether or not he's, eating and stuff.
His aunt fears the worst.
That has run through my mind too, that he's laying out there somewhere and we don't know where he's at.
Now she needs your help finding her nephew.
If you see him or if you have him, please contact the police department and let them know so that we can come and pick him up or we can get him back.
Of course, we're all hoping for the best. Alex Waugh is 5'7". He weighs about 140 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a light brown T-shirt, black shorts, and carrying a black backpack. Call 911 or DeKalb County Police if you've seen him. We're live at DeKalb County's East Precinct. Christopher King, Fox 5 News.
Well, let's hope those photos jog someone's memory and they can help. Christopher, thanks. Atlanta.
Man, 9 weeks after they finally put a freaking report out on him, though. 9 weeks later.
That is the person that in 2022, when my mother passed away, put him in the hands of DFCS here in Georgia and said my whereabouts were unknown when she just don't look. My blood pressure's up to here. Thank God I'm on the medicine. Let me tell you what, I'd probably be dead by now because my blood pressure gets. How can somebody sit right there and do these things? And where was she at the whole time? And why would you, if he comes from a loving family, why would you want to do that to a child anyways? And now look at the repercussions of it, Now I'm getting threatening messages on my phone telling me your boy's missing. Instant karma's going to get you. I said, well, oh, yeah, okay. I said, these trolls are,
I don't know. It's probably from somebody in my family, knowing the way things have been going. Like, it's just that. I will. Because, I mean, I just don't understand. What did he do and what did I do so bad for him to be all of a sudden never vanished before? And he eloped when he was younger, right? He's eloped before. And now, like, even the area that we're from, that we grew up in, like where my nanny lived, the community around there, everybody knew everybody, and it was a big county. But the sheriff's department, and I even got the Project Lifesaver video that they used my mom and my son as the infomercial type thing, and so there's proof my son had it on. My son would have been found within no time. Like, as soon as mom would call and say that he ran away, well, besides him running up the ramp on 575, like on the 5 o'clock news, waving at everybody, that's the only time he made it. I mean, he made the news, but yeah, I mean, he was trying to get to the water tower, you know? But now, like, for him to be gone this long, this is not normal. This is not like my son. My son is, and for somebody to say he's limited verbal skills, bullshit. I call bullshit, because my son, I've got plenty of videos showing my son talking.
They should have used the video that I made, because I was like, because I put on there, you know, that he doesn't don't, you know, yell at him or anything like that. Like,
yeah. He'll knock the patootie out of somebody if they yell at him. Whew.
Yeah,
but I don't understand
on the news.
Well, that area that you just seen on the news right there with my aunt, all the information they're getting is from me when I put my post out there. Why aren't they doing? I mean, that's everything that I have put besides the limited verbal skills. But like him, because I've got tips that my son has been standing by a barber shop, like between May 22nd and June 1st, out there on, I always get the roads confused. They're telling me that it was a barber shop where there's like a gas station and like a fireside Jamaican grill out there in Latonia. And I always get the roads confused, but he was standing there. These guys had pulled in the parking lot, because I guess it was later at night, and it was dark. And I mean, they told me, they described him and everything, and they said that he hollered at them, told them to turn their damn music down because it was too loud and it was hurting his ears. I said, that sounds like he said he liked their music. I said, well, that sounds like Alex, because boy, he don't like much rap music, but he's not going to dog you out for it, but he will tell you to turn it down. And if your pants are sagging, he'll tell you to pull your pants up, or he'll start singing pants on the ground, looking like a fool with your pants. So like for people to say he's limited, now he's not going to ask for help. I know that. And then he's not going to deny it either. But why would they? And they also, on the objection, they denied that they told or authorized or directed the person to post on the internet to exclude me and not contact me. So that's what they admit, that the post was there, which was on my family's page, but it was from a family member, but they said they denied that they had anything to do with that. Well, still, how did they get involved to begin with? That's what I want to know. I mean, there's so many things that they said they have sufficient knowledge to. Well, to me, whether they can confirm or deny, I mean, you tell me what's up. I mean, when they can't tell you anything, but the biggest thing is they will not talk about Project Lifesaver. They will not talk about that. They try to get past that any way they can. But I got how many, but I don't this is the whole objection they sent me on the 20th, but yet they filed it on the 11th and then served the ordinance ad litem on the 17th and then put it in the mail for me on the 20th, because that's what it's postmarked. So if there was a hearing, well, this is something they've always been doing this whole time, this whole 3 years.
Because I sent that notification to DeKalb County, to JC Pop at DeKalb County, DKPD Records.
DeKalb County,
Yep. I sent that to them back then.
Yeah. And because I filed, and the other thing is, like, you sent that about the same time that I filed my filings. Because I filed my stuff on May 7th. But it's so funny that, I mean, even the judge put out an order on May 14th that said they needed to file a status report that was due now. because they didn't even file the 60-day required status report. So pretty much the courts never knew my son was missing ever until I brought it to their attention. How is that not a violation of of anything to do with like their oath, anything? I mean, you are supposed to be protecting these kids, not just letting them run freely, you know, especially an autistic, vulnerable adult or child. Autistic kids will wander off, no doubt. I'm not so I did just get accepted to the Autism Speaks Academy, Advocacy Academy. So I you know, I don't know where that came from, but okay. But I'm all about that, you know. So I get to go and be a part of that and help like spread the word and advocate for autistic kids, because I'm sorry. I mean, maybe this is what my son meant, that was going to be a game changing history, but I didn't know it was going to be him. I mean, he wasn't supposed to like disappear on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, my kid's supposed to be around. Like, what's up, man? You're supposed to be here with me. Like, what's going on, you know? I mean, I want to keep thinking that he's out there exploring. He's enjoying life. And I really do think that there's a homeless person that is looking out for him. I swear, because I don't feel like he's, you know what I'm saying? Like anything bad. It's bad enough that he's out there on the street, but I think somebody has taken him under their wing and looked out for him. I really, truly feel that way.
And without them having social media and stuff, like they're not going to know, you know, and TV, access to TVs, like they're not going to know that he's being looked for.
And when I went out there was a night that I was out there, and it was overnight because I've been searching during the day, and I'm going to go back out there at night. And if they want to come follow me, hey guys, I'll let everybody know when I'm going out there, okay? Because I mean, it's like I'm the suspect in my own son's. Like, this is crazy. I told him, I said, come in and search my house. Come on, you want to do a welfare check? Come on. I said, I hope y'all are doing the welfare check on me because I'm the one going nutty shit. You know, like fuck. But we went out there and it was 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1, 2 o'clock. There was a lot of construction going on. It was in the Northwood Hills area where that lady said that she seen him at that Andy's Custard, right? So we went out there and there was 2 people standing on the side and one of them looked like they were just hopping and like standing in place, just like running in place. And that's something, and I kept hearing, that's something my son would do. That's a stemming that he does. But when my truck is loud, it's got an, you know, it's one of them lowrider. I mean, I'm in a lowrider, my bad. You know, I'm in the country, but I'm supposed to be like higher up, not low. But anyways, you feel every bump of that damn thing, but he knows the truck. Well, I know the construction was going on, but I know that was my son standing there. That was my kid. But by the time we got turned around to get back there, they were already gone. Yes. But but after that, I noticed that there was more sightings of him, but DCAD don't want to confirm those. I mean, we went out there and there was that area, I'm talking about the barbershop, 60 something flyers in that one parking lot that people were interested in knowing. And there was 14 people that said they had seen my son around there. 2 of them said they seen him 3 days in a row. And you're going to tell me that's not confirmed sightings? I mean, hello? Like, I mean, but yet my aunt was down there on that news story. So what are y'all doing? Just fishing me for information and then run with it, you know?
Yeah, they're
like, what's up?
They don't care.
I mean, right.
They just want to feed the narrative. Keep it in the
public.
Well,
it gets me is
their job.
Look, if DFCS has him in their custody still because of extended foster care, right? He turns 21 in July. That funding stops at 21.
I bet he pops up after then.
I bet he's gonna pop up real soon. That's what's messed up about all this. But then now you got, huh?
Well, I was gonna say thank you for the update on him. But what are you gonna say? Now you got what? What do you got?
Now that Trump, I'm talking about this, the homestead and the disabled people being able to live at home in the least restrictive setting. It's funny that now my son is. What if my son's been hiding out in a facility somewhere under a different name? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, or like, if they have somewhere, they have him as a John Doe somewhere.
Exactly. I would think they would have him under there's been too many did like calls in about a person, but they were just a different color than my son. The same description, but my son would probably have a beard by now and hair about down to here. And I hate saying this, but he's really hairy. You know, he'd kick my butt for saying that online, but he's really hairy. Like, he got it from his sperm donor, but you know, but he's not your typical autist unless he's been regressing that bad. Because I did find out that he was wearing diapers, and I'm not even going down that rabbit hole right now because I don't even want to think that. Because yes, DeKalb County Special Victims Unit, crimes against persons, sex crimes, is investigating the investigation. So y'all just do with what you want. It's sickening. I don't even like thinking about it. Because I mean, there's too many blank spaces in all this, period, that we need answers to. And the public and myself and my family, even the ones that, I mean, the crazy thing is, none of them will talk to me except for a couple, but I have not refused or anything to talk to any of them. Like that aunt you just seen on the video, but yet they're putting online that I can't search for my own child. I mean,
well, geez, stick around. We gotta end the show. Stick around. Don't bounce out.
And everybody, I didn't see the comments, but thank y'all for coming in and thank y'all for watching. And who's that? They said they had a autism society up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lewis,
I'll look into that. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Lewis.
Before we go, Darren, can you tell everybody the name of the book and when it's going to drop
Yeah,
so that people can buy it?
The Constitution is the armor, CPS is the enemy, and that'll be out tonight. I'll put a thing up. So yeah, that'll be out. So, all right, everybody, have a good weekend, and we'll be back on Monday.
Erica, I agree. Yep. I like that. Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
you know what? And I'm going to do this for tonight.
She is fighting for justice for her family, her husband wrongfully imprisoned, her children stolen by CPS. She fights day in and out for them. No CPS, free her husband. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. Bring back Brenda. She is fighting for justice for her family. Her husband wrongfully imprisoned. Her children stolen by CPS. She fights day in and out for them. No CPS, free her husband. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. And it's fun those days.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?